วัสดีครับท่านกัลยาณมิตรที่เคารพรักทุกท่านครับวันนี้อาจจะแปลกนิดนึงนะครับตัดผมใหม่ด้วยแล้วก็ณขณะนี้นี่ผมอยู่กับคนโคราชบ้านเองครับ น้องจีมาเยี่ยมเยียนกันที่หมู่บ้านตรงท้ายกองพันทหารที่27เนี่ยครับพอดีมาเจอกับแฟนเขาด้วยครับแฟนเขาเป็นชาวอังกฤษโอ้วันนี้ถือโอกาสได้ฟุตฟิตโปรไฟล์ Hello sir
No
ไม่ต้อง
Okay
ใช้น้อยพอ
ไม่เป็นไรจ้ะ Hello how are you today
I'm really well, yeah.
very well
Yeah.
you not work today
Well, I work in the afternoon.
have a teacher
3
be
o'clock.
teacher right now
Yeah.
what grade you
Oh, we
teach
teach all grades,
All
including
grades.
adults, because I work at a private language school.
Mm.
So we have my youngest student is 3,
Mhm.
and right now I think my oldest student is maybe 15.
kindergarten
Yeah, we take from 2 years. The lowest age is 2 years 6 months.
wow
Yeah, so they're just really young, but you know, we take them. Sometimes they're very good at that age. Sometimes not so good.
that's okay
It depends. Some kids are very good at that age because they're very calm, but some kids at that age they just want to run around. So it depends on their energy.
be naughty sometimes
But the youngest kid I have now,
Uh-huh.
she's a little bit less than 3. She's very good. She's very calm. She's not shy to speak. She's really good student. Yeah.
very good
She's
very
very
good
young, but she's
Okay.
she's in good control of herself. She doesn't get very emotional. She likes to do the work. She likes to study.
thanks so much you can help Thai children so much how long you been here
11 years
11 years
at the same school. The
Wow.
whole time the same school.
Mhm.
So we've had so many students coming through there. We usually have them the elementary school, like the up to like 11. The middle school, not so much because their parents usually their English is quite good by the time they go to like a middle school.
up and up
Yeah, and then they focus on other things. So the parents will maybe leave English behind a little bit because their English is very good. So their English score at school is like the top score in English all the time, but the math score or science score is not as good. So for middle school, they usually study maths and science. So we don't have too many middle school kids, but all the elementary school kids, we get a lot of those from the area. Yeah, it's good fun. I prefer that age. I like working with the younger kids. Yeah, it's kind of like more fun, I think.
so fun
For me, anyway, yeah, I think it's more fun. They're more happy to do like some silly activities and like more enjoyable activities. The middle school kids are a little bit more like, teacher, I'm tired. And the younger kids are like not tired. They're like, teacher, what are we going to do today? They have enthusiasm to learn.
wake up every time wake up all the time
Yeah, they're always, ready for class and yeah, they're bright and learning. But the middle school, because they stay up late. They tell me they stay up very late. They're playing games on their phone till 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Then they have to go to school, and then they have to come to extra school, and they complain they're tired, but they keep doing it. So yeah, they're tired all the time.
excuse me what school you teach right
It's
now
called I Can Read. The name of the school is called I Can Read.
I can read
Yeah.
oh it mean your personal school
No. We are a big franchise in, I think the school is in maybe 15 countries.
wow
And in Thailand, we have about 20 branches. They're mostly in Bangkok, but we have now, obviously we have Royet, we have one in Surin, and we have one in Udon Thani,
yeah
and we even have one now in Chiang Mai. But
wow
all the others are like Chonburi, Shiracha, and Bangkok. But there's about 20 schools. So yeah, it's quite big now.
many places
Yeah.
wow
Yeah, but they just keep making more schools because they they have a system, they have a program. We have our own books that are specific to just our school, and so they can just open new schools. It's just like McDonald's or something. It's a franchise, so they're always
Oh,
trying to
the
open.
franchise.
Yeah, more and more and more and more. Yeah, so the business is doing quite well.
How many teachers you teach right now in Blythe?
How many teachers in Maria?
Yep.
Full-time teachers, one is me, and then we have one part-time teacher
Oh,
who
I
works
see.
on Saturday, only Saturday.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's just me. Roy, it's not a big town,
Big town.
so we don't have need for we don't have enough students to have we don't have enough teachers. Like, we have about 80 students right now.
How about the price to pay?
Okay, that's not really my area, so I don't involve myself.
It's
in
different,
that.
right? Different.
It depends on like a package. Like you can get a discount depending on you buy hours. So if you buy more hours, you get more discount.
Yeah, I
I
see.
think we go up to like 60 hours, and then I think it's changed many times. But I think if it's like 60 hours, you get like a 30% discount. But it's not cheap.
Is there a problem about COVID-19?
No, not
No.
now. I mean, when COVID-19 started, we had to go to teach online.
Hmm.
So that was fun. I enjoyed that very much actually. But we had our own online classroom with
Yep.
our own materials, and we continued to teach lessons, but just over the internet. And that was we did that for I think was it 3 months. I think we did that for 3 months, and then we were allowed to open again, but under of course social distancing. Everybody has to wear masks or a face shield.
Yeah.
So I teach in a face shield.
All the time.
Yeah, because it's important for the students, especially young students, to see my mouth.
Hmm.
Especially when you're trying to teach them phonics and sounds. You can't have the mask and teach them how to make some of the sounds. So I wear a face shield. Everything has to be cleaned all the time. The students have to bring their own.
Wash hands.
Yeah, wash hands. But I mean, like if they use the pencils, they have to clean the pencils with the alcohol.
Yeah.
Spray. So we have to clean the pencils. We have to clean the tables and the things that the
right.
students are going to touch. Any activity we use in the classroom, we have to clean it after we use it. These are the rules. So it's changed a bit what we can do, but you always find new activities that you can do with the kids. So, but fortunately, Roy, it's quite lucky, right? We haven't had any
Uh-huh.
COVID-19
I agree.
here.
Mhm.
You know, I have a friend who's a doctor. He's a lung doctor even at Julie Wade Hospital, and they've had 0 COVID patients. So Roy, it's been really, really lucky. So nobody's very concerned about COVID-19 at the moment.
Did you heard about the COVID-19 of the people to get
People who got COVID-19.
right.
Roy,
right? Two or three.
I think it was 3.
Three, right?
I think I heard of 3, but none of them were in like Muang Roy. None of them were essentially Roy. There was one in Ampere Pong Tong, I think. There was another one to the south of the province, and I cannot remember where the other one was. But none of them were actually central, like Roy City.
Yeah.
And at least two of those. One of them was after the Samut Sakon outbreak.
Some so-called, right?
Yeah, one was in January. The other 2 were way back in like April time. And apart from that, I haven't heard of any. Yeah, we've been really lucky here. But still, Roy, they still have to be careful. So everywhere you go, you have to take a temperature,
Right.
to wear the mask, which is fine. There's no problem. Temperature mask. All right.
Excuse me. How do you think about your country right now?
England.
Problem.
Yeah,
So
it's a
many problems.
It's many problems with the COVID.
Right.
Yeah. Why? Because they didn't lock down the country. They keep letting people come in and out of the country. And now we know that they have different strains. There's different strains. So they have, like in Brazil, they have a new strain now. It's called P1. So there's different types of the COVID-19. It's not just one virus, right? There's different types of it. And if you let people come in from other countries, they're going to bring the slightly different COVID-19. And they should have just closed the country down, but they didn't close the country down. And and because they were too I think the problem was, this is what I think happened, right? Is that in the past they had many scary thoughts before about SARS, MERS, bird flu,
bird flu.
swine flu,
Right.
and they were all, even Ebola, and they were never a problem. So when this one started, I think that the politicians, they thought, okay, it's this again, everything will be fine. It will just, ignore it and it will go away. And this time, that didn't work. It worked the other times. It worked for SARS, but it didn't work for this time. The other problem we have in the UK, I think, is that a lot of people, they don't like to wear the mask.
Right.
And they don't like the idea of social distancing and being told. They don't like being told what you can do and what you can't do. Many people with a very strong mind, and they go, no, this is a free country. I can do what I want to. And it's like, I think there's a lot of people like that.
It's too free.
Yeah, too free. Yeah, it's not the smarter people. Obviously, they take care and they stay safe. But the people who are not so smart, they just have this idea of freedom. I can do what I want, and then they go and they spread the viruses. Also, the other thing is, I think the weather has been really a big factor. Like when it's cold, I think the virus can live a lot longer.
How about the weather in your country?
Well, right now it's winter time, so we saw in the last year when COVID-19 started, it was winter time, and then spring it was cold, and the virus did very well. And then in the summertime, it started to go down, but then they just went through the winter again, and it goes up again. I think it's very, very much a case of that. That has they've shown that it makes a difference. Like if
it's warmer, right?
When it gets warmer, the virus cannot live as long. So in the colder countries, they have more trouble, I think, like containing it. So a lot of factors, but yeah, they've done a really bad job. It's the same thing, like they call it track and trace. You know, the track or trace in Thailand. We use what's it called, the Thai Chana app. Is that what it's called? Honey, what's that? Thai Chana app.
Thai Chana.
The
Chana.
app, we have to the QR code when we go into the shop, right? So if somebody has been to a place where there's been COVID, then you will get a message to tell you to. I say in England that they wanted to do something like that. Oh, it's been disaster. It doesn't work. They spent so much money on it, and it doesn't work well. So they've done a really bad job. But hey, it's okay. Like my mom's there, but she's just at home. Like my mom's 75, so she's in obviously a high risk group. So she will go out like maybe once a week to do some shopping.
How about inject COVID-19 vaccine already in your
My
country?
mom had her first vaccine. You have to have 2 doses, right? So she had her first dose last month, and she has to go back in next month.
Next month.
Yeah, next month, April 24th, she has to go and have her second jab.
Right, second time.
So they are doing it. They're doing the vaccination very well. So that's the main thing. But until everybody's vaccinated, everybody have to still stay home. My mom's going crazy. She says she's just horrible. She has to just stay home like all the time, every day.
Yeah, I don't know about the foreigner from other country come in Thailand will have vaccine free or not. I don't know.
Oh well, if the foreigners come in, they have to quarantine, right? So they just have to go into, I think it's 2 weeks quarantine, and then you have to be tested for the virus. But I read they're trying to make it less time to try to encourage more people to come in and have some increase in tourism. But they should have done that in the winter time, maybe. I told my mum, I said, you should come out here. I told her like October, because of course it's going to be very cold in England, and the weather in Thailand, November, December, January is beautiful. It's really great. So I said, you should come here, but she didn't come. She said, you should come here and escape, but just do 2 weeks in quarantine. But but she wanted to stay home, so she did that. But it's when they get the vaccines, I still think the Thai government will say, no, you have to quarantine for some time, maybe not 2 weeks. maybe just 1 week, because the vaccine is not, it's not 100%.
Did you follow about the news today? The Prime Minister will inject,
He's doing it today.
yeah, with the minister,
Yeah, with the AstraZeneca
yeah,
vaccine. Yeah.
get vaccine today.
Yeah. What's interesting for me was that they had to get in the British vaccine, the AstraZeneca vaccine, because the Chinese
From
from
England.
Yeah. Well, it's an
Right.
English-Swedish company called AstraZeneca,
right.
because the Chinese vaccine has not been approved for people who are over 60.
Right.
So he cannot take the Chinese vaccine. So they had to get in some like 200,000 doses of the
Sinovac. Sinovac, right? Sinovac.
Is that the Chinese one?
Sinovac.
Okay. Yeah, they had to get in the AstraZeneca one. So they're going to have the two of them in there. But yeah, he has to take it, right? To show the people that, hey, this is safe. Don't worry about the vaccine. You know? I don't know when we will get it. Maybe, they think they said like maybe the end of the year.
Right.
We might get the vaccine, but hey, we don't have the virus really, so it's okay.
If we protect by the mask, right, and we wash hands all the time, so often, right? I think it's not be scary.
Well, the problem is that at some point they want to open a country to tourists again. They want to have more people come in to the country, and that's when we could start to see more pockets of the virus coming in. So we might need to be sort of just have a mask is not 100% effective, right? It's not gonna help, because you can if you touch something, right? You can easily touch something, a door handle, okay, open the door, and you have something on your hand, and then you can touch something else, and then you can pass it on really easily. So I don't know if that's always enough, but right now, because the country is still closed, if you come to Thailand, you have to go into quarantine. This is keeping us really safe.
14 days.
Yeah, I think the Thai government's done a fantastic job. Not everybody agrees with me, but I think the government's done a great job. Like, I see what's going on in England, and my friends in England are going crazy. They are so bored of staying home and just watching TV, and they want to go out and see their friends. And living here, I can do everything. I can do what I want. It's completely different. So I think they've done a great job. I feel really lucky.
Easy going.
Well, what it is for us, yeah. We even what was it last year when we had the Roy Katong festival?
Right.
That Bung Palanchai. Oh, just full of people. Some people were wearing masks, some people were not wearing masks, but it was still just, so many people, big crowds of people, and it's fine. They cannot do that in England, People can't go and see their friends, things like this. Like when my mum went to see her friend, and they sit in the garden. One person sit over there, another person sit over there, and they talk.
It's social distancing.
Yeah, social distancing, and it's just very tiring for people now, because it's been a long time doing that. So yeah, so I talk to my mum more often now, because give her something to do. I do a lot more now, talking with friends in England, friends who are at home, especially I have some friends who live alone, so I talk to them. Like I have one friend, he's a big football fan. He's a big Manchester United fan. So when the football is playing, we will call each other and watch the game together and talk about the game. So just help people feel a bit more connected, because they can't see their friends. It's really, really rough. But fingers crossed with the vaccine. Like lots more people getting the vaccine now. Like even I have some friends who are my age. They have had their first vaccine dose, and I'm 42. So even people in their 40s now are getting the first.
Pardon me. How old are you?
I'm 42.
42.
Yeah. And some of my friends who I went to school
Wow,
with, so
you're so young.
same age as me. Yeah, but then now people my age of 42 in England are getting the first dose of the vaccine. So, hey, it's getting there. It's getting around to everybody. So hopefully, I think the numbers are going down all the time in the UK now because of the vaccine. But they still have work to do.
I think in Thailand it's okay. It's okay more than other country, right? About COVID-19 and life living right here. It's okay.
I think Thailand's done really well because, like, some other countries have done well. They say, like, for example, New Zealand has done well. New Zealand is an island, okay?
Right.
And it's far from any other country. From New Zealand to Australia, it's like 4 hours on a plane. But Thailand has borders with Malaysia, Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, all these countries around it. And those borders aren't difficult to cross. We've seen people going to Myanmar and coming back with COVID, and they don't go through the checkpoint. They don't go through immigration. They just come through the jungle. So we've seen that happen. So Thailand is having many problems that could happen because of people coming in who could have COVID. But I think they've done a really good job.
Right.
An amazing job, really. And I think internationally, when people say like, "Oh, New Zealand, good job, New Zealand," it's like it's pretty easy for New Zealand. New Zealand has 4 million people, and it's an island. Well, actually, it's 2 islands. But Thailand has at least 5 countries that border it. You can access it very easily. It's very central. Okay, it's got 70 million people. Okay, you've got a city like Bangkok where people live very close. Okay, very difficult for the distancing. So many people, like a metropolis, as we say, big city, so many people. It's impossible to sort of lock that down. But they've done it. So I think they've done a fantastic job. I really do. So I think, Thailand's been, in terms of the virus, Thailand's done a really great job. And it's only now after the Samut Sakon, and that was, you can see how easily it can happen. You know, some workers come in to work the shrimp boats, and then there are some Myanmarese people, right? And then they have the virus, and now, before that, we had less than 5,000 people, and now we have like 30,000 people who had COVID. The numbers went up so much just because of one town.
Unlawful.
Yeah, unlawful entry. So it's very, and what happened in Samut Sakon, that could happen in many other places. That could happen anywhere. There's no way you can stop everything. So the fact we only really had it happen one time, is really good.
ขอบคุณค่ะ น้องสาวคนโคราชด้วยกันน้องจีเธอไม่พร้อมนะเพิ่งจะตื่น เมื่อคืนนอนดึก Okay, to say thanks so much and a live show in this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I think around the world can see you in live show in this morning. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, James.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.
ครับท่านผู้ชมที่เคารพครับก็ถือว่าโชคดีนะครับวันนี้อาจจะไม่100%นะครับแต่ฟังบ่อยๆครับฟังบ่อยๆพูดบ่อยๆเดี๋ยวเก่งเองครับเพราะว่าเจมส์เขาเป็นอาจารย์สอนในเมืองบ้านเรานี่11 ปีแล้วครับไม่ใช่น้อยๆนะครับ11 ปีเนี่ยทำให้เด็กไทยของเรานี่เก่งภาษาอังกฤษเยอะมากที่เขาบอกว่าเรียนกับเขาแค่2 ขวบกว่าๆนี่โอ้โหเก่งมากเลยกล้าพูดกล้าที่จะมาคอมมิวนิเคตนี่ไม่ธรรมดาครับเพราะฉะนั้นก็ถือว่าเขาได้มาช่วยประเทศของเรากับภาษาสากลหรือว่าภาษาที่2ของโลกนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นผมจะฝากทุกท่านนะครับผมไม่ได้คนเก่งนะครับอาศัยว่าเคยอยู่อเมริกาบ้างระยะสั้นๆแค่นั้นเองครับแล้วก็พอจะก็แก๊กได้บ้างแค่นั้นเองครับไม่ได้เก่งแต่ว่าก็ถือว่าวันนี้ไลฟ์สดวันนี้ก็ทำให้เราได้ภาษาไปพร้อมๆกันครับเรียนรู้ไปพร้อมๆกันคุยกันเรื่องของวัคซีนของโควิด-19 อะไรเงี้ยครับประเทศเขาบ้างประเทศเราบ้างประเทศโน้นนี้ก็ได้ความรู้เพิ่มเติมมาครับก็ดีกว่าเราเวลาไปทำอย่างอื่นเนาะ ครับวันนี้ไลฟ์สดตอนช่วงเช้าวันนี้กราบขอบพระคุณทุกท่านเห็นเข้ามาเยอะเลยครับวันนี้ครับหลายท่านเลย มีทนายพรเทพมีคุณพิภพมีพระอำนาจครับกราบขอบพระคุณพระเดชพระคุณแล้วก็ขอบพระคุณทุกท่านครับที่เข้ามาครับก็คงได้อะไรไปบ้างไม่มากก็น้อยครับเรื่องของภาษาฝากไว้นะครับภาษาอังกฤษเป็นภาษาสากลเป็นภาษาที่2ของโลกถ้าเราไม่รู้เลยเสียเลยครับเสียเปรียบครับพม่าเขาเก่งกว่าเราเดี๋ยวนี้พม่ากัมพูชาเนี่ยเขาเก่งกว่าเราเยอะคนไทยคิดว่าตัวเองเป็นประเทศที่ไม่เคยตกเป็นเมืองขึ้นของใครนะครับไม่เป็นโคโลนีของใครเนี่ยโอ้ยก็ยิ้มใจว่าไม่ต้องเรียนก็ได้เราไม่ได้เป็นเมืองขึ้นใครมาก่อนต้องเป็นไรไม่จริงนะครับ เพราะว่าทุกวันนี้สื่อสารต้องสื่อด้วยภาษาอังกฤษเป็นส่วนใหญ่ภาษาจีนเช่นเดียวกันนะครับก็เป็นถือว่าเป็นภาษาที่ใช้กันทั่วโลกเอาภาษาอังกฤษเป็นหลักก่อนครับก็ขอบพระคุณทุกท่านครับที่เข้ามาครับเดี๋ยวคงไว้เจอกันในคลิปต่อๆไปครับวันนี้ครับตัดผมแล้วนี่เดี๋ยวได้เจอกันในคลิปบางคลิปแน่นอนครับขอบพระคุณด้วยความเคารพครับสวัสดีครับ